Hello everyone, this is Shoshone Sales again, CEO and founder of Legendary Freedom Career Academy. Just to give you a quick background, our company focuses on helping business owners achieve ultimate success in their businesses through our business mentorship program and business consultancy. We also help individual professionals and individuals who are aspiring to identify their valuable skills and land the career of their dreams. Today we will focus more on helping you guys land the career you've been eager to pursue. I'm going to teach you how to write a compelling resume, something that meets the industry standard regardless of what career path you are searching for. Now, before we begin, please go ahead and hit the subscription button below, as well as the bell icon so you can be notified when we drop new videos, so you don't miss out. Also, if you would like to talk to us and would like for our team to review your resume for you, or if you're eager to learn the best way to respond in an interview to stand out amongst other candidates, you can visit our website at www.legendaryfreedomcareeracademy.com. We have more than 20 years of combined experience in the corporate sector. My team is well skilled in recruitment and is very familiar with the things that recruiters are looking for. Or you can click the calendar link below in the description if you'd like to talk to us and have a one-on-one session with one of our experts. Also, if you have any questions about today's discussion, please feel free to comment below and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Let's talk about your resume. Keep this key fact in mind every time that you apply for any position, regardless of your career choice. There is no such thing as a generic resume. Make sure that you are going to tailor your resume to the job requirement. That's the first secret to writing a great resume. I will teach you how to align your resume and meet the keywords and the requirements expected by those who are hiring in your industry. I pasted samples of templates that you can use to model for your resume below, so please feel free to grab one. Let's start by first understanding how hiring companies complete their initial qualifying process. First and foremost, there are two types of pre-qualifying processes when you submit your resume. Most companies nowadays are using an ATS or the applicant tracking system. This is an automated qualifying process to identify which candidates will be the greatest fit for the desired position. Another type would be the manual qualifying process, where you would submit your resume and a hiring manager would personally review your resume directly and qualify you. The question is, how are you going to identify which of these companies are doing manual or ATS pre-qualifying processes? Truth is, there's no way to identify which process the company will use unless you know someone who is working on the recruitment team. To increase your chances of passing the pre-qualifying process, regardless of the method they use, always make sure that your resume is ATS ready. ATS, or Applicant Tracking System, streamlines the hiring process by helping recruiters create job postings, publish them on company websites and job boards, screening applicants, tracking their status, storing their information, and simplifying the final steps of the hiring process when an offer is extended. ATS is a software application that makes the recruitment and hiring process more straightforward, both for the recruiter and the applicant. It allows recruiters to accept and handle applicants electronically. When we say electronically, you don't have to go to the physical location to submit your application. Instead, you can simply utilize your email to send a copy of your resume or go to the application platform or job board and process your application there. Now, how are you going to make sure that your resume will pass the ATS screening? First, how are you going to qualify for an ATS? It's easy. You just have to meet the keyword requirement. The second question you should pose is, where are you going to get these keywords? Well, that depends on the job you are targeting. As I mentioned, there is no such thing as a generic resume because every job post will have its very own unique requirement. You need to learn how to identify keywords on a job post in order to know what keywords you are going to include on your resume. Applicant Tracking Systems, otherwise known as ATS, can compare your resume to the job description. It ranks each applicant based on how well their resume scored based on the job description. So instead of reviewing each and every application, the recruiter can focus on candidates the ATS has identified as a great match. Catch this. This means that even if you are well skilled and diversified in your field, and you have received numerous awards from your previous companies, but you are not meeting the keywords, there is a higher possibility that you'll rank low and that you will not receive an interview offer. The most common way recruiters filter resumes in an applicant tracking system is by searching for key skills and job titles. Candidates who can predict the correct keywords will always have an edge in ranking high in the pre-qualifying process through an ATS. And the best way to figure out which skills and keywords you should include on your resume is by analyzing the job description. This is where a lot of candidates is finding themselves having problems. Individuals do not extract keywords from the description, which is key. In a bit, I will teach you how to extract keywords from a job post. Now, keep in mind that when you upload your resume into an applicant tracking system, the recruiter will not view the file unless you have ranked high and the ATS suggested that you are a great fit. Some ATSs do a parsing process and format your profile to make it look uniform and easy for keyword searching for hiring companies. This is another problem for applicants because some have no idea of how the company will parse their resume. Getting past an ATS and landing a job interview requires a well-written resume. A well-written resume is mindful of ATS algorithms as well as the people pushing the buttons. Let me give you a few tips on how to dominate an ATS. First, you have to tailor your resume carefully to each and every application. Then, start optimizing your resume by extracting keywords from the job description. Use both the long form and acronym versions of keywords, especially for education requirement. An example would be a master's requirement. Okay? If the job post states that the company needs someone with a master's degree in business admin, make sure that you put MBA and master's in business administration. Don't use tables or columns. Some resumes contain a pasted version of an Excel column on the resume, such as this example. Never do this because this confuses the ATS. I've seen some resumes that use headers and footers. Do not use headers or footers either, as the information might get lost or cause a parsing error that causes you to lose your chance of passing the ATS. Stop being clever with your titles and keep things simple. If you want to include job experience, then simply state, in quote, work experience. Don't use phrases like, quote, my work journey, or even, quote, job titles. Use layman's terms because these serves as the best keywords for companies. Don't try to look cute on your resume to catch the attention of recruiters, and here's why. Because the ATS does not recognize this. Your skills, for instance, check the job post and see how they label it. If you see that skills segment is labeled as skills requirement, then label your skills heading as skills. Some job posts label skills requirements as qualifications. If you see this, then label your skills as qualifications. Again, keep things simple. What about the format? Should you use a PDF or a Word format? Answer, it depends. You'll normally see what type of documents companies are accepting. Companies will usually inform you of which format they will accept, whether it be PDF or Word format. But if you are sharing your resume via email, always use a PDF format. Let's take a look at some sample resumes that we are using. All of these formats listed pass the ATS, and you can grab a sample below, or you can contact us with the link provided below if you'd like to have an editable version for yourself. This version is a straightforward format where you include all your details in a straight form. This other example here is divided into two sections. The right-hand side of the resume talks about the work experience only, nothing else. All of the other information that needs to be included on the resume is added on the left-hand side. Let's quickly go over the parts of this resume. This part here is where you showcase your job experience. See the format? Always start with your job title. Next, keep the name of the company that you've worked with, followed by the city and state. And then notate the number of years you were with the company. The number of years of experience is very important because most of the time, this is the part of the job requirement. X amount of years of experience. There are companies that require a certain number of years of experience, so including this detail is a must. Then list your job description. When you describe your position, never use an essay format, but use a bullet format. This looks professional and easy to read as well. When you provide your description, do not flood your resume with a lot of things that do not pertain to the position you are applying for. The key point here is to make sure that you are only highlighting the task that you do related to the job you are applying for. You can easily match this by looking at the job responsibilities part of the job post. Later on, I'll show you an example of how it should be done. Ideally, come up with 5 bullet point targeted job descriptions for each experience you have. The word itself says job description, so never put your rewards and recognitions as part of your job description. There's a separate section for that, okay? The other side of this resume has your contact information. Your phone number, your email address should always be included on your resume. You also need to include a high-level summary on your resume. Now, a high-level summary is a summary of your years of experience, your top skills, and what you can offer to the company as a key asset to them. It is an eye-catching statement of your career intent that's placed on top of your resume. Ideally, it should be 2 to 3 sentences, a snapshot of why you are a good fit for the role that you're applying for. It should describe your professional goals and specify what you hope to do for the company. The next part is the qualification. As mentioned, this part of your resume should vary depending on how the company labels this and the keywords that you can extract from the job description. If they label the qualification as skills, label this section as skills. If this is labeled as proficiency, then change your label to proficiency. Keep in mind that you cannot use the same list of qualifications for all of the applications you will submit. Each job post is unique and requires a different set of requirements. I will show you an example job post later and teach you how to tailor the qualification part of your resume. This side is also where you will include your education background as well as your certificates. For certificates, you should not include all of the certificates that you have. Keep in mind that only relevant certificates should be included. Only those that are going to create an impact with your application. For example, you are applying as a project manager and you have a certificate in CPR. Okay, being CPR certified does not directly coincide with project management, so never include that. But if you have certificates like Agile, Scrum, leadership training, or anything related to managing projects, those are the types of certificates that you need to include. Include your related volunteering experience as well, because this is giving an idea to the recruiters that you are selfless and are willing to take the initiative. Of course, you have to include your awards and recognitions as well. It doesn't matter if it's related or not to your job application. Rewards and recognitions give hiring managers a sense that you're a reliable person and that the quality of your job is remarkable and is earning recognition. After learning how you can dominate the ATS, as well as learning how you should format your resume, let's talk about aligning your resume to the job standard. Again, this is super easy. I prepared a sample job post here that I pulled from LinkedIn. But before I teach you how to align your resume, let me point out a common mistake that most applicants are doing when searching for the right job. A lot of times, individuals will physically search job post, start at the top, and then scroll down just to identify that it's not a match for them. Then they open another job post and repeat the process. I would recommend that you stop wasting your time, save some energy reading, and make use of your time wisely. Go straight to the qualification segment of the job description. Now, if interested, this job post is looking for a project manager. Okay, let's go straight to the qualification part. Here you go. Remember, when you label your skills, use the same label as a job post. Here, they say essential business experience and technical skills. Use that to label your qualification or skills as part of your resume. Now, let's start extracting the keywords and identifying which skills should be added to your resume, because these are also the keywords that you will include to pre-qualify resumes using an ATS. The first bullet says, excellent analysis, communication, problem solving, process improvement, and leadership skills. Everything that is listed in the first bullet is a keyword. The next thing you will do is to copy all of these, place everything on separate bullets, and add power descriptions such as this: excellent analysis and problem-solving skills, good verbal and written communication skills, process improvement, and excellent leadership skills. Let's take a look at another example. The next bullet says, detail-oriented individual with the ability to rapidly learn and take advantage of new concepts, business models, and technologies. Extracting the keywords here, I would put detail-oriented, then I would add rapidly learn and take advantage of new concepts, business models, and technologies. The next bullet here says, ability to work independently or on a team, drive solutions with minimal supervision, be highly motivated, and a quick learner. Again, let's extract the keywords. The first word would be work independently or on a team, followed by drive solutions with minimal supervision, and lastly, highly motivated and a quick learner. That's how you should extract keywords and ensure that you will meet all of the job qualifications. Repeat the same process with everything that is listed on the qualifications part, and make sure that you will extract 100% of the keywords that really matches your skills and include those on your resume. There is honestly no limit to the number of skills that you should indicate on your resume, but the goal is for you to pass the keyword requirement of the ATS. The more keywords that you identify and list on your resume, the higher the chances of your resume ranking high in the pre-qualifying process. After extracting the keywords, the next thing that you need to align should be your job description. There is a reason why hiring companies would include the job responsibilities list on a job post. This is to give applicants an idea of what tasks they can expect once they are hired. This is also giving an idea to a potential candidate of what task could possibly be the same or align with their current task. Keep in mind that companies would always prefer a candidate that requires less training or supervision because they already know how to perform the same task list on the responsibilities. You can also use this portion to align the exact tasks that you are doing in your current role while giving an idea to the recruiters that you are a good fit because you already know how to do the responsibilities they have listed. To give you an idea of how it should be done, let's look at the same job example and see the key responsibilities. Remember, earlier in our discussion, I said that you have to come up with 5 bullets to place under your job description. This job post sample here has more than 5 bullet points under responsibilities. Does this mean that you should correspond to the number of bullet points? No, you don't have to. The next step is for you to read everything that is listed on the responsibilities and summarize it in 5 bullet points that are aligned to the exact tasks that you are doing. Here's an example. Let us try to combine some of the job responsibilities here. Bullets 1 through 3 states, responsibilities that encompass the entire product lifecycle from customer discovery to project delivery. Collaborate with domain experts to understand customer needs, the product, and the overall market. Drive key transformation projects across multiple business units. Now, how are we going to combine it and make it sound exactly like the task that we do? This is how I would do it. Collaborate with the team to understand customer needs, the product, and the overall market to encompass the entire product lifecycle from customer discovery to project delivery, and drive transformation projects across multiple business units. See how we worded this? We basically combined all the 3 descriptions, not dropping any single keyword that we can identify and making it sound like the exact task that a project manager is doing. Let's look at another example. The next responsibility states, engage with business and technology stakeholders to deliver product roadmap by coordinating business alignment, customer experience, and end-to-end accountability of the product delivery. Facilitate an effective and seamless communication channel. Set and continually manage project expectations with team members and partners on an ongoing basis. Aside from combining some bullets, you also need to analyze whether some of the responsibilities mentioned are describing the same thought. This example that we read has the same concept as how we worded the first description on our resume. This means that you do not have to include this anymore. When you lay your job descriptions, do not be redundant. Keep everything short, simple, and targeted to the exact task that the hiring company is expecting out of you. Here's another example. Responsible for integrating customer feedback, iterative enhancements, automated testing, ongoing support, and backlog management. Then the next bullet says, lead product build, prioritization of feature backlog, and manage and prioritize the flow of work in an agile, product-centered methodology, including program increment planning and release and program increment definitions. These two can actually be combined. This is how I would word it. Utilize agile methodology to lead product build, prioritization of feature backlog, and manage and prioritize the flow of work to integrate customer feedback, interactive enhancements, automated testing, ongoing support, and backlog management, so on and so forth. That's how you should present your job description. When you are applying for a job and creating your resume, treat yourself like a salesperson. Treat your resume like a sales flyer where you can showcase your features and benefits to become a viable option in the market. And lastly, treat the recruiters as your customers and think about how they will buy you. Think about the features that they are looking for. And from there, start thinking about how you can capture their attention by showcasing the benefits you can give them. The only way to really do this is to make sure that you will communicate in a manner that they can understand. Let me give you an example. Let's say I'm a sales rep and I sell mobile phones. Then you come to my store and look for a phone that fits you. You approach me and say, Shoshone, my phone is broken and I want to buy a phone that will allow me to capture clear photos. Now, when I say clear, I want it really clear even if I'm going to take photos of moving objects. I'm also fond of capturing memories, so I want something that will allow me to store lots and lots of videos. Now, if I am a bad sales rep and just focus on the sell, I wouldn't hear you out. I would not even consider if you are a tech-savvy person or not. A worse kind of sales rep would sell you a mobile phone like this. Okay, great. I have a phone just for you. This phone has 1080 megapixel camera resolution, and this also includes a 132 gigabytes of memory. This is perfect for you. You're going to love it. Now, let me ask you, are you going to buy this phone? You probably would if you were tech savvy enough because you know about 1080 megapixels and you know about 132 gigs of storage and what it can do for you. But if you are not so much into technical terms, I don't think you would buy the phone because you just don't know how these features will benefit you, right? But if I am a good sales rep, I would sell the phone to you in a manner that you can understand by using your words. I would say something like, this phone is perfect for you because it has 1080 megapixel camera, which will allow you to capture clear photos even if you take pictures of moving objects. The quality is just as equally great as taking pictures of non-moving objects. The other feature that the customer is looking for on a phone is something that will allow you to store more videos. This is how I would word it. This camera will allow you to store up to 100 minutes of video recording without interrupting the speed of your phone, including the apps that you download, because it has 132 gigs of memory. Do you see the difference in how I represented the mobile phone to you as a terrible sales rep versus a great one? This is the same concept that I'm trying to explain to you every time that you apply for a job. You have to make these companies believe that you are the best candidate because you have everything that they are looking for. The way to show them that you are a perfect fit is to use words that they are understanding, okay? And these words, or shall I say keywords, are something that you can find on the job post. Let's do a quick recap of what we learned today about writing a compelling resume. First, make sure that your resume is ATS ready. Use a clear and concise format. Use a 3-sentence high-level summary. Post your job title first before the company name, the city, and the state of the company, as well as the years of stay. Indicate a 5-bullet point job description and do not overdo this. Align your job description to the job responsibilities from the job post. Label your resume precisely the same as how the job description is labeled. Extract the keywords from the qualification part of the job post and input those in a bullet format. Include your educational background. Include your related certifications. Indicate your volunteering experience and your rewards and recognitions. If you are applying via LinkedIn, I have included the link to our video discussion on LinkedIn optimization. Click below to learn how this too will help you succeed during the application process. Okay, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Also click the bell icon so you can be notified when we drop new videos.